go. What's up, guys? Another episode of Twisted and Toast brought to you by myredlightspecial.com. Look, if you're a chiropractor and you want to get a red light, there's no better way to do it right now than, especially for your 2025 tax dump, which I think we're going to talk about today, because I think you had questions maybe from one of my posts this week, but there's no better way than going to myredlightspecial.com and getting hooked up with a deal that me and Melba hooked you up with for $3,500 off. One of the most badass red light units out there. Go to myredlightspecial.com. All right. First of all, Christmas. What was Christmas like for you, Dudette?
Chicago. It was good.
That's right.
A little cold,
right.
a little windy, but not terrible.
Yeah, it's
no freezing.
It got really weird warm weather during Christmas, kind of around here. So we're about 2 hours away from you. You guys did family Christmas. Did any fights break out? No.
No. Maybe at the hockey rink, but that's all hockey.
Did you guys go to hockey?
Yeah, my husband's son.
That's right. He's Canadian.
They play hockey.
Yeah. Do they say sorry a lot? Is that like a big deal?
Sorry.
Is that like a sorry?
That's so
sorry.
Funny.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
No. But sometimes when they say it, you get that sorry.
Do Canadian guys fuck differently than Americans? Sorry about that. Sorry, hit that spot.
I think that everybody does it differently, regardless of where they come from. I think it all has to do with what you're interested in.
By the way, I want to wish you again a belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
You should have had a bunch of you. My wife finally did something. I've been waiting for these moments to happen in my life where you know, her role in my life is to serve me, as I say, as a So, but she goes, I go, it's Melba's birthday. She goes, oh, do you want me to get her some nice wigs and send it out to you? So I'm like, and I go, yes. I go, that would be absolutely great. So we're leaving the other day, the house, and we do the whole thing did you lock the door? No, we live in a really nice neighborhood. They're all white people. Like no one's coming in to fucking rob us. And she's like, no, there's a box on the, I go, that's fine. You can leave it there for weeks. No one's going to take it. We're in Zionsville, Indiana. Like this is where white people go to shine. So, she goes, no, I gotta get it. I go, what was it? She goes, oh, it's the wigs. I go, why didn't you send them to Melba? She goes, well, I got the office. It should be going to your office address. And she's like, I want to put them in a nice box. I didn't want them just coming from, the store. I go, no one cares about that. She goes, women care about that. I care about that. But I was really grateful and happy because she's like doing the things that that would make my life so yes, let's do this. And she's awesome. So good at spending my money. She is fantastic at spending my money. Obviously, she made out like a bandit this fucking Christmas.
The Range Rover, I mean.
So that was I was debating between prepaying, because we're renting here. We sold our house,
right?
And we're renting we have a 4 or 5 year lease. I think it's 4 year.
Oh, wow.
Because we're gonna get the boys through high school, and then we're gonna bounce, and we're gonna travel the world, and I can work pretty much as long as I have an internet Wi-Fi connection. I can work anywhere.
Right.
And so we're renting, which is a smarter. We sold the house. We're renting right now. I was going to prepay the whole year. I didn't want to be a dick, so I messaged our landlord and said, would this fuck your shit up? And basically said, this would fuck my shit up for the year. And so I was like, okay, what's my other, because we had a good year. We had 15% growth, but not double growth. Like that's one of the biggest things I'm dealing with the last couple of years is I got used to double growth. And then it kind of was the last quarter was like, I got to accept it. I'm not going to always double growth, and 15% growth for any business is great in any year. But we had one of those things that was like, okay, do I want it? And I am, notorious. I didn't pay taxes for years. It was one of the things that my business partner used to fucking use and leverage against me. I'm like, look, motherfucker, you're telling people how not to pay taxes. I'm the real fucking rebel. I don't fucking pay taxes. fuck America. No, fuck taxes.
Ah,
God bless America. America first. I don't support Israel. So by the way, this is not speed. This is fucking coffee. I'm going to talk about this in a second. So I she's always wanted a Range Rover. I always wanted to buy from this one dealership, and I'm like, let's. So the 179 like you can take up to nationally $31,000, and then do depreciation on anything after that.
but it has to weigh
25,000
over 6,000 pounds.
has to weigh over 6,000 pounds. So my first thing was, I was just going to go buy a used a Range Rover for like a 2017, 2018 that was literally in that 25K to 31K and just buy it outright. Cool. And the dealer did a great job, as good salespeople should do, and put her in a new one. And she got in it in the first 30 seconds. First, she bitched about the color. She's like, I want it to be white and black. And I was like, it's cool. It's blue. And then
Oh, that is cool.
she got in the car and she drove. She goes, yeah, this is it. I go,
The
we're not
seats are
going to do
blue?
it. The seats are navy blue.
That's dope, dude.
It's pretty dope. And, I mean, I've always been a Land Rover fan. She's always been a Range Rover. She got what she wants. So we went on a couple of different other test drives. We went over to Land Rover, dealership. They didn't have a lot of inventory that we liked, and this worked out. But it's a win. I mean, just so people know and listen, it doesn't mean like you can write it saved us essentially, $9,000 on this year's tax bill, which I'll take any day. I mean, why give that money to the IRS when, so that's the next 2 days for me is literally, how much more can I rip off, my taxes? And this is the game I play every year. I love to use the Keeper app. Did I ever share that with you? The Keeper.
Yeah, you did. Actually, I looked at it back in the day, but I never did anything with it. It makes me want to do it again watching your post.
It's to me, it's like a video game of how much because it also uses AI algorithms to tell you basically like when you're pushing it and you're like this, how can you justify this? And I was talking to the guys at the dealership. There's a lot of motherfuckers. Guy bought a Ferrari there, and he's going to use it, write it off for marketing purposes, because you can use luxury cars like that. And the fact that you're out in public and you can justify that it gets attention and it draws, it's a marketing signal.
True.
The problem is, and I use a tax lawyer, and I use Keeper, and then I use a tax lawyer because I stopped using CPAs because they're pussies. Anyways,
So wait, I have a question about Keeper though. So like, would it be like a replacement in a way for QuickBooks? Does it the same function as QuickBooks but more?
Yeah. And keeps you on track. I think it's think of it like QuickBooks meets Rocket Money, and with AI suggestions for your taxes. And so Rocket Money is one of those things like you got a duplicate charge for this, or you have this subscription thing going on, like all of a sudden there was an accountant that one of my business fuck, everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't know. But anyways, he used to recommend this accountant who was like $3,000 a month, and everyone got fucked over by him eventually. But that accountant used to say every year or every 6 months, you should cancel your credit cards and debit cards and get new ones so that you stop your reoccurring subscriptions that you might have signed up for, which is not a bad idea, but there's apps and tools you can use that you can look at that. I love Keeper because I can go in and immediately it'll send me, if I haven't done it in 3 days, was this a deduction? What was this? What was this? What was the note on it? And it just keeps me in love with my money without getting overwhelmed and being anxious about my money.
That's cool.
So,
I'll have to check it out again.
Yeah. So my wife got me for Christmas, because she knows me so well. She got me a Coach travel thing to put my toothbrush and all my travel stuff in. So this will never get used anywhere. So it's going back in the box, never to be seen again.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Send it to me. I'm sure me or my husband would use it.
He would use it. It's very nice. I'm just like, she's all big. I mean, like, did you bring your toothbrush? I don't know. I'll buy one when I get there, you know? And I'm
Yeah, but
losing
that's
all
just
my,
an extra thing you have to do when you get there. It wastes time.
I don't want to carry my toothbrush back and
Dude,
forth.
how much space? It's as much space as a pen. Don't be so
Okay,
stubborn.
don't go on her side. You're on Team Twisty. Anyways, I fell in love with coffee. So we bought a coffee espresso machine for Christmas too, and for because it's used in the home office. It's another one of those big unit
I get
write-offs.
it. I understand.
Everything is. And
Uh-huh.
the only time I ever drink coffee is at Close for Cairo at the Gwen in Chicago. I love coffee. I love meat. I grew up on Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream. It's a staple of the Schaub family.
Hmm.
And but I never really fell in love with drinking coffee. And this weekend I did, and I don't know what I like. This feels a little speedy, so that made me fall in love with it too. I'm like, I'm loving the caffeine. So we went shopping yesterday. I This is finally going to get built this weekend behind me, and I finalized mine. Where did it go? I just had it. Oh, we went to. I love. Do you love to go to antique stores?
I go to estate sales, but yeah, I like
Oh,
antique
you love
stores too.
estate sales because you can get jewelry and stuff,
Well,
right?
that's where do you think antique stores get their stuff from?
So you go before the antique
I
store
go to
goes.
source.
You go to
I'm
the
a
source.
sorcerer, not a sorcerer, but I'm a sorcerer.
This was at the antique store.
So I have a story for you.
Go.
So I was at an estate sale here one time and I was waiting and my husband never goes. He happened to go with me this one day. I don't know why. Because God has a plan. But I go to this estate sale and they had like all this turquoise jewelry, which is why I went because turquoise is my birthstone. And I'm waiting in line to get in this little room that they have all the turquoise in. And on the wall, my husband's waiting for me. And he looks, he's like, Bubba, did you see these? And I was like, what? And I look, freaking hand painted portraits of BJ and Mabel framed on the wall right there, right beside us. Because this was an old chiropractor's house,
This
like
is
the
in Georgia?
first
Okay.
chiropractor in Atlanta. His name was Dr. Lake, apparently. This house was amazing, like so many
Yeah.
crazy Oriental artifacts and stuff like but anyway, so we got that at an estate sale and for $65 for both of them.
Yeah.
And he had them reframed, which of course was way more than $65, but now they hang in his office. So I thought that was really cool. Actually, and there was actually a poster. It was really destructed, so it wasn't really worth buying, although maybe it would have been. But there was a poster of Harvey Lillard also.
That's cool. I was shocked. So this is an AJ Day, and apparently he's artist from this time. And this is this I guess is one of his biggest portraits I mean he ever did. I just was, obviously I'm going, that's fucking BJ Palmer. And my wife goes, so people are listening to audio.
So
I'm
random.
showing a
So
painting of
random.
BJ Palmer painting in a Indianapolis antique store. But I'm almost done I'm pretty much done. I got a thing here. There's behind me, can't, there's is a 1985 Panasonic CRT TV. I got every kid's Christmas
Oh my God, are you
to,
serious?
yeah, tell you rest. So I'm gonna have little, like, it's got an eight. So everyone's like going, what are you doing? I'm going 80s, like 80s kid. There's a playground. I got like all these like toy things. I just took it cut off. But the other big thing is, I don't think I think people can see and start seeing behind me, but this is going to be really built out, is old phones. I have a big thing for old
Do you collect
phones.
old phones? Oh, I'll keep that in mind because I see them often at estate sales, like cool old phones, like ones that go on the
Yes.
wall and
So I have
okay.
behind here is
Oh,
an
I see them.
old, this is a hotel one, a hotel phone from the 80s and probably from like a Days Inn or something
You need
from
to get a
19.
phone booth.
Dude. So yes. The idea is I'm gonna get a bigger camera, build this out, and it's 80s.
You could do your podcast from a phone booth.
Yeah, dude, that'd be cool. Well, speaking of goals and what we want for the future, this is the time of year everyone starts doing it. I want to talk about goal setting and accountability. And shout out to Jordan Bowen, who's running the program for accountability, which I am gifting to you. This is another gift. This is my Christmas New Year's gift to Melva. Is I'm gifting you a accountability email coach. It's I love what Jordan has created. So you're one of the
Okay, I
gifts
saw
I'm
your
giving out.
post about this the other day.
It's email accountability, which it makes it so it's like enough accountability to not piss you off.
So we're gonna do this together, I see.
I'm going to do this to all my people I love and care about. And so I want
And
to
then
talk about
everybody's
what,
accountable to each other.
yeah, what, we both grew up in ways in this Parker principle system through the men in our life.
The older men in our lives.
Yeah. I used to say when I was a kid, I really wanted to be gay when I was younger. I was like, I would be with an old man who was decrepit. And I was like, I just
You
wish I
still
could.
can. I mean, there's nothing
I just
stopping
can't
you.
fucking do it. I can't do it.
I
Can't,
understand.
I can't suck a dick to save my life. So, um, when you talk about goal setting, what does it mean to you? What do you think we do right? What do you think we should be evolving? What helps you? What have you like? Let's jam on this.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been a goal setter.
Okay. All right. So I grew, so I,
I'm an idea achiever, an idea pursuer.
okay. Tell me more on that.
I just feel like ideas are a little more malleable. And I think that, like if you have a goal, you have a plan. So I think it's more of a plan thing for me. Like what's a list of things that you're not gonna get done called? A plan. All right.
Just
So I
go.
just like, you know, life is so unpredictable often, and you can always go with the best intentions. And often systems and plans do work rather regularly, but you have to leave room for that 10% of the time that the system doesn't work, that the plan doesn't go to according. So that's why I kind of have ideas, because you could have a trajectory towards one thing and then something might happen where you're like, oh, now I see different. So now I'm
Yeah.
here. It's changed.
Yeah.
So I guess you could call it just changing the goal, but just changing the space where you want to go to. What's the idea of the
I,
moment?
I think you're also saying kind of what I've been deeply working on with my coach Phil on for a considerable amount of time, which is like this healthy space. When I built one of my first startups, I was not only the president, I was a client. It was an anger management
And your hair
program.
looks great.
My hair looked great back then. Anger management program that I was a student of, and um there was a point in time in the program because we were doing like Eckhart Tolle work and Sid Banks work, thought mind consciousness. And I got so detached that I became then apathetic towards everything. And I was just like, not, it was like, well, I'm not feeling anything. I'm not really so there's this balance and harmony. I don't even know the right word, I think, but what I'm hearing you say, and it aligns with me right now, which is like, I have $1 billion vision for chiropractic results, but I'm not too attached to it where the never ending emotional, distress becomes a part of it where if I don't hit it, I'll die. But there is a little bit of this both. Like there's got to be enough that motivates you. And like, when we started Cairo Sushi, I always tell the story, like, my goal was to rebuild. The goal was built with my father to rebuild Parker Seminars to what it was before and the love that it had, and put our own spin on it. And I did my market research and I'm like, okay, so there's Parker and there's Florida Chiropractic. There's nothing else I saw. So I didn't do really great research because there was about 1,000 other seminars, right? And I'm going, let's commit to Las Vegas for 1,000 rooms for 2 years for the first 2 years, right? Like, I will tell you that I don't know how I didn't end up with fucking diarrhea every day, but I felt like I would from the stress of like, I was up at 5 a.m. and I didn't go to bed until 2, so maybe 3 hours of sleep a night building that out. It wasn't healthy, but it propelled me. So there's these mixtures of like, when I talk about goal setting, like we set a goal, I set a goal personally to get my wife a Range Rover, and it felt good to hit that goal. If I didn't get it this year, it wouldn't, I don't think, we wouldn't have died obviously from it. And I wouldn't have like turned to booze and drugs to like woe in my sorrows. So I like this idea of the ideas thing, because I think essentially that's what you're saying is like there's a healthy balance. Does that make sense? What I'm picking up, what you're throwing
Yeah,
down?
yeah, because there's
Okay.
no real absolutes, right? It allows you the flexibility of not being disappointed if you don't get as high up as you thought you were. Because I guess I can say I've never been a goal person, but I also, when I was younger, I think I might have also come from a framework of like, aim high, as high as you could
Yeah.
ever imagine getting. And then even if you get halfway there, you're still doing pretty good. Or if you get three-quarters of a way there, and that
That's what
aim
we
could
were.
always continue to go. Like, so maybe you get to that point where you think, well, then of course you have a new goal, or you have a new idea of where that aim or that trajectory is going to go.
That is kind of where I was up one night. My wife had just serviced me, and said she's supposed to service me. No, we had a really nice night with pink fishnet lingerie, and I said I need more of these nights, because what comes out of it is the $1 billion visions. And I'm sitting there as I'm plotting out chiropractic results, and I'm emailing back to Stu, my other coach, business coach, and things coming down the road for that, coming out in January. We'll announce a little bit more for chiropractic results. But I'm going, okay, I see a pathway to 18 million. Oh, wait. And now I see a path to 56 million. But if I did this, if I multiplied this with sales reps, okay, this is now a $500 million company in acquisition level, and $1 billion acquisitions are becoming the norm. That used to be what we used to call unicorns. And that was, my history was when we built a company called Doctor Base, it was built with a partner named John Sun Kim, who built a company called 5'9", which is one that was back in the day, one of the few unicorns. Publicly traded company, acquired at a acquired and then moved into a billion dollar status. It's becoming more normal because $50 ain't $50 anymore, right? Like, I want to
True.
ask you this: what is your like? I think we finally have readjusted. I was telling this
To
to
what?
Kat, to like. I remember back when I was a kid, my dad used to say, to go to New York City, you have to have a couple $1,000s to enjoy. I would have to imagine that now is $10,000,
Absolutely.
right? So like, I have now adjusted where it's normalized to me. It's not inflation. It's just a normalization of like where 2 years ago I was bitching about $500 in groceries with, the family. Like now I'm like, fuck, dude, it's normal. It just is what it is. Have you guys readjusted? Have you seen, does that make sense? Like in the scheme of things, like you're just like used to now paying like 3 times what you did 5 years ago for shit.
Yeah, because the time has absorbed the time,
That's
right?
what it
The
is.
recognition of it, like
Yeah.
it
So is
becomes normal once
everybody
it's.
just bitching 5 years ago at each other, just going crazy then? Like behind the scenes, like this is insane. But it was
Of course they
like,
were. They were also doing it publicly.
yeah. All
And
right. All right.
I think people are still complaining about it, but there is a greater level of acceptance. Like this is just the way it is now.
So I bring this up because here's my takeaway. And this ties back to goals. And I think that one of the goals or things for ideas for most chiropractors, and an easy narrative right now heading into this new year, is to raise your fucking fee. And it is so normal now to go out, and spend $300 on what used to be $100 dinner. It's so normal to go to other service providers. My barber, I know it doesn't look like it. When I go to the barber, is literally, a couple $100 compared to like, I remember I went back and looked at my stuff and was like, this was $60 2 years ago. The adjustment, no pun intended or pun intended, has happened. You are no, if you are in the 50, 60, $80, you are like, you can't anymore. Here's my plea to Kyra. You have to be in 3-digit territory for visits now. I really, truly believe that. And I know that's got to be scary as fuck, right? But it has to be, right? Because of that adjustment. Am I crazy?
I don't think you're crazy. I think, and
I
somebody's
am.
probably gonna hate on me for saying this, but whatever.
Bring
I
the
mean,
hate. Bring the
even when
hate.
you look at, no, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm trying to say this. I think that even when you look across the board, though, at what is going to be charged for an adjustment, even like a 3 to 4 area, it's not in the 3 digits. The only way you're going to be getting to those 3 digit visits is of certainly adding additional services on it. So my 3 digit visits are, the adjustment plus like adding an exercise session to it, right? Which I find very valuable for people to help them support the adjustment. So those put me into that 3 figure range all the
Let's
time
do
for every
this.
visit.
Let's do this. I
But
think
just
we did this.
$100 adjustments, I think depending on the marketplace you're in, you're gonna get that as
Hold
well.
on. I want everyone to do this year. I want you to open up your AI. Mine is preferred ChatGPT. Melba likes to use Perplexity, I think. She always ribs me because I use ChatGPT.
I like
But
Perplexity.
I do. I like them all now because I had to get to
They all
know.
have a purpose. They all have different things that they bring you.
Um, I want to do yours. And I want to do you. I do you, Melba. I want to. I want to ask. So this is what I do with my people. I want you to know what you're worth. So when you adjust, first I want to go to the check. Let's just go with a regular visit. I'm going to go into ChatGPT and I'm going to ask them to value stack this out retail level. The first thing you do, and I don't want you to believe this is a testament to Close for Chiro and what Dan Bay teaches, and this is why everyone's ass needs to be in Close for Chiro at some point, 2026. That should be in your goal planning or idea planning or just fucking schedule planning. Melba, give me what do you do on your analysis? Walk me through
Initial
your
exam,
well, let's go wellness visit because I'm talking about raising fees on so I'm going to come in and when I
and I'm
walk
only
in,
gonna adjust somebody.
well, I mean, technically you should only be adjusting if necessary, right?
Touche, touche, touche.
So I want to go with the check because the check is just as important. So walk me through your check because your check, and this is where most of you guys might belittle. You might be going, dude, I watched you walk in and I analyzed everything from you. Like you've analyzed me walking in videos and called me and texted me like, bro, you need to get adjust. So I'm like, but you didn't charge me $1,000, because it was unsolicited. But listen, to walk me through everything you're doing with either your hands, eyes, or other instruments before the adjustment for a wellness visit.
Well, a wellness visit is 10 minutes.
I don't care about the
Scheduled.
time, but from an insurance perspective,
It
that might
might.
matter.
People
Yeah.
people care about time.
Okay,
People
so
value
efficiency.
people
Yeah,
see
yeah,
time as value. No, that people want time from their doctor.
yeah.
But there's also called something present time consciousness because perceived time
God, we
matters,
parkered the
not as
fuck out
much
of
as
this episode.
real time. What's that?
We parkered the fuck out of this episode.
Well, my
Um,
husband once actually, well, my husband told me a story once that he actually surveyed his patients. He asked his staff to survey, how much time do you think the doctor spent with you today? And the average time was 7 to 12 minutes that they thought the doctor spent, and he maybe spent 5 minutes with them.
but they felt.
Yeah, because he
And
was so present.
that's what matters, how you made people feel, right?
And I will say this too, yeah, it does matter how much people make it. He did have his staff helping him do some prep things, so all he had to do was go in. They were already face down. It was very a systematic process. But anyway, so they come in. I ask them, tell me what's going on with you today. Tell me how's your body doing is usually what I say. Is there anything I need to know about? And if there is, they tell me, I'm just face down, or I decide maybe I'll put them in the Gonstead chair. Maybe they'll go
Yeah.
face up. I don't know, whatever I feel is appropriate at that moment. And then you go
Wait,
through
wait,
your
wait, 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 wait,
process.
wait, 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 wait. I lost you. Hold on. You're going to see. All right. Okay. So the first thing you do, what's the first thing you do?
Talk to them.
You talk to them, you consult them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a
When
fancy
I'm
word
writing
for
the
talk.
prompt is break this down retail value.
Brief consult.
Hold on,
1 minute.
For doctor visit. Number one, Not brief, because that's belittling it. What's the other
Well, it
way?
is
This is
brief. It's like 60 seconds probably. Sometimes it's longer if I have a longer time on my
consult. But what do
schedule,
I mean?
but
But this is this is my challenge. You're belittling it. Trust me. What are you
I'm not
doing in that?
belittling it. I'm just letting you know. Because you have to keep time as a factor. You can't just let somebody sit there and talk for
I
10
get it.
minutes.
It's an effective and efficient consult. But what are you consulting on?
Status of
Your
body.
consult on, because you've been trained, because no one else can do this but you, on status of body. Okay. And what are you asking on that status of body?
How's your body doing today? Is there anything I need to know about?
Okay. 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 What's the next thing you
And then
do?
they tell me.
And then they tell you, what's the next thing you do?
Uh, Based upon what they tell me, I decide if I want them in a chair, face down or face up.
Decides.
Like where I'm going to start treatment and how.
That's a scientific thing you're doing. Okay. For treatment. Okay. Then what's the next thing?
And then I further evaluate, like if they go face down, I'm going to check their leg length.
Okay. This is really important. On leg length check.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kind of check their pelvis with some little touches to see if their legs level out. And that tells me where I am supposed to adjust their pelvis.
Okay. So you're checking leg lengths, you're checking pelvis. Anything else?
Well, then you're going to palpate the spine. You're going to palpate the muscles. You're going to motion palpation.
Motion palpate.
The spine.
Spine. Okay. Okay. This is all before adjusting.
All the way up to the neck, and where you find diminished motion or subluxation, you adjust.
And then, okay.
And then you recheck
to
make sure that it's moving.
I just want the retail. I want to start here. I just want the retail value before the adjustment of this check. Before we even get into the adjustment, this is what I want to prove. And this is data collected through all the AI, like comprehensive. So they make it cleaner. Comprehensive doctor consultation, current complaints and goals. It's comprehensive. You're belittling it.
It's not.
You're belittling it.
You don't understand how medical billing works.
I'm not talking about billing. I'm talking about that.
Doesn't matter. Terminology matters. Terminology matters for dollar value.
125. I'm just talking cash. I'm trying to make you more money.
I understand what you're trying to do, but you have to compare apples to apples.
$125 for the number one to consult. Clinical decision and positioning for care. Retail value $75. Leg length assessment. Retail value $40.
Okay, let's start there.
Pelvic alignment assessment, $45. Spinal and muscular palpation, $60. Motion palpation, full spinal to cervical, $85. Total retail, before you even fucking adjust, and I'm going to get to this, $430. $430. This is not fluff. This is doctor time, brain power, hands-on analysis.
When they say comprehensive exam, though, because you have to understand that exam fees are based upon time.
Okay.
So they're basing all that on time.
I'm going to put in here, Melva is being a bitch about
exam. I'm not. For an exam, for an insurance exam, that would be the price of a comprehensive exam.
Let's make this
which is the highest level coding you can do.
Let's take out the comprehensive at $125. That still leaves us at the retail value. The retail value of your wellness check, if we just even remove the consultant value and just plug it in, $430 minus $125 is $305. We're at $305 just to broach the fact, can you look at me and check me? And that's the way we need to, that's my argument. Now, does that mean everyone pays that? There is rules of thumb of positioning and marketing. The general data, just so everyone out there listening, should be 30% off. So if I took 30% off of that, that's $91 minus 305. My check and analysis should be $213. If I'm seeing someone once a month, before I even adjust that, if I'm an upper cervical, if I'm a Gonstead, if I'm a spinologist, I don't give a shit what the fuck you are. Your value and worth, at least before you fuck them up and give them a stroke, right? Because that should be the argument. Because I'm an expert in what I fucking do. And the reason you go to me and not go down to the street to the joint or wherever you want to go for $29 is because I'm not going to fuck you up. I'm just
Hopefully.
so $200. It's just, let's make it $200. Now, you throw the adjustment on there. I don't care if you're 75, 80, whatever you think you're worth. You could do the same thing with your adjustment. What you should do, and we're not going to do this for time's sake today, but go into ChatGPT and do everything that you do and retail about everything. Don't belittle anything. Don't miss anything. And I guarantee you're going to be over $500, $600 for most people. Again, that doesn't mean that's what people will pay. I'm not also saying they won't pay that, But if we start looking, I was talking about this with one of my clients today. I was like, we're coming up with his membership wellness plan for 2026. And I said, again, I'm going through this process. You can't belittle what you do because that's how they belittle what you do.
Right.
So like I have a client I'm working with and I'm doing some SEO and some really high level content stuff. I wrote about it in my email today. And she's very, very smart because she's a psychiatrist, shrink, and MD, and she works with ADHD and she's her own patient. So she's got a mind like she's genius level, but she can also be, because we're genius at level, transactional. Like sometimes I can be very transactional. I happen to my life and stuff. And I'm trying to end that. It's one of the things I'm
I thought
working
that was a
on.
man thing.
It could be too, right? Thank God. But I challenge everyone. This goes back to the whole point of this. One thing that everyone should be looking at this year is raising their fees, and not raising their fees, but knowing their worth. Let me say it like that. You're worth more.
Boom. That's important.
You're worth more than and at some point, maybe one day we'll reach the point where it's fair level trade. I don't anticipate it happening, but I'm telling you, if you look at this from this perspective and you value stack it that way and you present it that way, damn, you're worth more and people can see it better,
Absolutely.
And that's my love to all of you, including you, Melly, because you're a fucking mate. I mean, I know before you even adjust someone how gifted and talented you are. And you're worth
I'm very
more.
gifted.
You're very gifted.
So special.
So big idea.
We all are.
Big idea. 2026. Let's make more money this year, but let's be more worthwhile and know our worth and provide the value that we can provide. And then we'll all get paid more. And you can all buy your wife's Range Rovers. And,
and most people don't even scoff. Some people I didn't even tell, like last year, I'm going to raise my prices again this year. I did it last year. And, last year I told everybody, barely anybody scoffed at it, right? And then
I was there with you.
And then one person was like, "I don't even look."
Yeah. Dan Bay, we did the. I want to bring this back. I should bring this back for January. That I fucking dare you challenge. It was one of my big things when I relaunched the Spiz, and it was just different. I fucking dare you to do. And Dan Bay's was just fucking shits and giggles. Like your next consult, charge 30% more than you like. Just fucking do it. Just like grip the shit wheel. Say I'm fucking do it like 30% more. Anyways, love to everyone out there. What do you got plans for New Year's? I'm trying to get my wife to have sexy time. We're supposed to plan our New Year's out, do some Molly, have a 2-day lovemaking session. We'll see if we can get there.
Oh, that sounds tedious.
Why do you guys hate it so much?
That only sounds good to men. That only sounds good to men.
Gonna have my nipples played with, my butt played with.
Well, there's that. So that's
not just
that's foreplay. That's foreplay.
It's edging and foreplay and and some choking. I really want to explore more of like me getting choked this year. I really, really enjoy it. So
there's a lot of people that die like that every year.
I ain't going out like that.
You
I got a
might.
lot. Stop
If you
it.
die like that, dude, I'm gonna get on here and be like, "I told you so."
You think she's gonna kiss? This woman just got all this. Oh, I should actually think about that. She got to get everything she wants now. So you can say fuck off.
Oh, something to think
What are
about,
you guys
something
gonna
to
do for
think
New
about.
Year's?
Oh, we're gonna go out to dinner and have a nice dinner. I got a cool new top actually, and I didn't expect when we were in Chicago for the Buckle of all places, which I've never been for years.
What is it?
It's
Is that?
really like fun sequence top.
I
Like I'm
knew it was
like
gonna be sequence. I knew it
I have
was
the
gonna be
perfect skirt
sequence.
for it. Well, sequence is the bomb, dude. So
Yeah,
much fun.
yeah.
And then we'll go to bed or whatever. We're not as
Ah,
fun as you are. You're cooler. You're
I,
so cool.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm on this coffee kick. I'm all into like I'm ordering beans from Vietnam, and because I like my coffee like I like my women, Asian and angry.
You're too much. You are.
Let's go have a wonderful
Well,
closeout
she
to
can't
20.
be angry now. She just got a new car.
I said every fucking everything. She got a Tiffany's fucking necklace. She's getting a brow lift. She got a fucking Range Rover. She got a new coffee machine. I said, will you be nice to me now? She goes, no.
Yeah, because look what she gets.
Yeah.
She's got it figured out. Maybe I should be meaner to my husband.
Duh. I don't support that to protect the road. So, hey, look out for your wigs coming. Hey guys, I
I'm
challenge you.
excited.
Go look at your fees. Raise those motherfuckers up for this next year. Love to y'all. Thanks for jamming with us today.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year. Bye.
Bye.